You are welcome back, and it's Global Morning, and this is the first discuss of the day. We'll be delving into some of the issues in River State. Now, end of River's crisis in sight, as Wike insists Fubara remains his political son. Now, he says he's only fighting those inciting suspended governor against him. Now, a lot of issues on this matter, and then we'll just delve into it a little bit. Now, an end to the political crisis in River State, it seems to be in sight as the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Mr. Yesom Wike, has dismissed the feud between him and the suspended governor of the state, Simulaya Fubara, insisting that Fubara remains his political godson. Wike, who clarified that he was not fighting Fubara but those pushing the suspended governor against him, has also debunked insinuation that he would pick the presidential ticket of the People's Democratic Party to battle against President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 presidential election. And we're going to be talking about these two major issues on Mr. Project. That's the FCT minister, no other person than Yesom Wike, at about this point. And I am not doing it alone, all the way from Lagos State. I will be doing this with Mr. Blessing Kiribi, and he's joining me via Zoom. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mr. Blessing.
Good morning. Good morning to you. I'm happy to join you this morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Hello.
All right. Before Mr. Blessing is on now. Mr. Blessing, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. It's great to have you on Global Morning. Good morning, this beautiful morning. Now, talking about this particular issue, this political crisis, like we know that it seems that there is an end to the political crisis in River State. It's in sight as the FCT minister, Mr. Yesom Wike, has dismissed the feud between him and the suspended governor, no other person than Simulai Fubara. How true do you think this is, looking at the tussle back and forth that has been ongoing for a while now?
Yes, this news came on air yesterday, and it was a very sharing news because there's a lot of tension underneath. Nothing was setting for about 2 years. It has been boiling. There have been misunderstanding between Wike and Governor Sim. So when Wike began to talk positively for the first time in almost 2 years, it was a sharing news to everybody, especially those in the Niger Delta, and even to Nigeria at large, because whatever happens to River State will boomerang. Like we know, because of this high tension between the two parties, the president had instituted a state of emergency since March. It's about 2 months now. There have been almost protests on a daily basis until Governor Sim came out last week or so to say his spirit has left the government house, that people should reduce the protest, And so the FC minister, Wike, coming out to say his own side positively that he's not fighting Sim per se, he's fighting those that are instigating Sim against him. This is sharing news because if you follow Wike's antecedent, Wike does not hold anything back. He fires on all cylinders. He does not care who is on the way. He fires everybody. So for a person like Wike to begin to soft pedal and to begin to talk with some sense of positivity, then we know that yes, there is really hope at the end of the tunnel. And this hope is good for everybody because River State has been on standstill, and even as you follow up the news, though River State is not the only reason for it, but the oil production, according to the output expected, for this year, has been very low. We're not able to even export up to 1.5 million barrels since this year. It has been very poor. So every positive news that we need, to come out is welcome. And so this news is very much welcome. For there to be peace in River State, for there to be peace in Niger Delta, for there to be peace, even in the polity, because the moment things begin to settle down, then we know that Wike was fighting for his own political sustenance, because he has grown his profile, his prestige, and his ambition to the level that he cannot allow, or he cannot even entertain anything that will come and suppress his ambition. Like we know, every time this presidential ambition always comes up. Like right now, he was even clarifying that he's not going to run against President Tinubu, which everybody knows that he has their ambition. And the moment he does not run against President Tinubu, whoever wins, we take under 4 years. Wike is already about 56 or thereabout. So he's looking at under 8 years to the north. We'll be almost late 60s before he will have another opportunity. So the calculations are going very strong. But the most important is that Wike wants to be relevant in the next 4 years.
Well, let's look at this
The
issue
remaining two,
critically, Mr. Kiribi. Now, don't you think that this is
yes.
long overdue? Looking at the issues at hand, the back and forth, Fubara, people will say Fubara has been through a lot. Why didn't he directly fire the individuals who are trying to instigate Fubara against him? Why do it if Fubara is his political son? Why would he allow Fubara to go through all of this, the embarrassment of suspending him for 6 months in office? Don't you think he practically instigated that? That's why our president took this particular initiative to actually suspend Fubara for 6 months, because of all of this back and forth. Before we get to, we're happy that there is peace, but the trauma caused for a president to come out and say that his spirit has left that office, it means that he has gone through a lot when it comes to the psychological effect, the physical effect, the embarrassment. Why would he allow it to get to this point before he comes out and says, quote and unquote, Fubara is still his political son?
Yes, there is power and there is authority. For now, it seems to be that, and to a lot of political viewers, that Wike willed the both of them. Wike is deciding on several fronts. If you watch the political proceedings very well, is deciding who, what, how, when, and how, everywhere. So he had to show that he had the power. He had to show that he also has the authority. He decides who sits down and who rise up. Now, let me tell you something. In politics, you don't end that in one day. But Wike has shown it that he has earned it. Right now, he has the authority, he has the power. Right now, he is able to do and undo. Of course, apologies to whether we like it or not, but it is evident.
You
So
know,
he
you know
decided,
what?
okay, he will remove, he will sideline the governor, he sidelined him. He began to change everything that the governor has done. Remove all the local government chairmen, remove all the people, the parastatal in the civil service. He began to put his own people through the sole administrator. So whether we hide it or we do not, whether we deny it or not, it has happened.
But I know it has
Governor Tim
happened.
had no,
But
yes,
at the same time, I think people forget that these particular decisions have a toll on the people of River State. There's so many back and forth when it comes to division. A lot of people are coming out to protest and all of that. I think most of our politicians, they do not understand that when decisions are made, it takes a toll on the people in which and whom they represent. Don't you think so?
of course. Decisions taken by the oligarchy or the ruling power will um, go down to the back of the masses. The masses will bear the brunt. Be that as it may, the oligarchy, the ruling power, those in authority, the politicians, they will keep making their own rules. They will keep making decisions that will favor them. In this case, Wike took a decision that will favor him. Beside a president that won, and the president had to, like, stick to him, because others that were in his own party could not give him what this person from opposition gave him. So Wike has a say. There's no gainsaying on that, except this president is not on seat. Then Wike will now lose his power. For now, he has the power. So Governor Sim had no choice than to go and kneel before him with two APC governors and begged him. So now that he has gone to beg, and Wike has started to maybe dictate the tone, okay, make sure you don't do this, make sure you don't do that. My dear Mrs. Jumai, that is how it is. There's no other way. This is politics. So Governor Sim too will be able to begin to amass his own political clout, so that in future he can stand against such a storm differently. So, but if you have not gathered, see, Wike is coming from far. Since around 1999, he has been chairman, he has been chief of staff, he has been several things, and two-term governor. He has been a minister before and minister again now. So he has been able to gather so much clout around Nigeria, so much, so much influence. So that is how politics work. It's a pity, but that is how politics work.
There's this statement that he made when he was speaking with, he was on BBC yesterday when this whole thing came
Yes.
out. And he says, there was something he said, I am not fighting against people who wants to, I am only fighting against people who want to steal what they did not work for. Now that statement is really big, looking at the individuals in whom he mentioned. What can you say about this particular statement, really?
Yes. In politics, you keep what you kill. That is in politics. Because politics is about resources. When you are going for a particular office, there are several accruing resources attached to that office. In the case of a governor, there are several key appointments, there are budgets, there are everything. So if a politician, I hope he bought the governorship form for Sim. He and picked
Yes,
him.
he did.
So there are several reasons why he did all this. That is politics. So the moment somebody can come do all this, there are resources accruing to that office. He must be a partaker. That is how it is. Even in American politics, those that sponsored the president, they get the biggest, the lion's share in the defense contracts. It's not for free. So now, in a case where Wiki had to now fight for this office, and thinking that he got this office for Sim, there is no gainsaying that he must be a partaker of the politics of that office. So anything that comes on his way, he will use his blood to fight it, just like he used the court, he used the legislature, he used everything, he used judiciary, now he's using the presidency, he used everything within his means to make sure that he's not sidelined. So that is how politics work. So it's for everybody. Yes, for everybody to understand how politics work. If you don't want to be part of it, then go and just sit there quietly. But if you want to be part of it, then you must. It's a game. Understand the game and play the game according to the rules, and so
Now,
everybody can smile at the end of the day.
Now, these individuals that, in words of the FCT minister, are actually pushing the governor of Rivers State, the suspended governor of Rivers State. Do you think they're the same people that went behind to advise Governor Sim to go and apologize to his boss, that is the FCT minister, Yeson Wike?
I will not candidly have that view. The reason is this. Because the people that were instigating Governor Sim, rightly or wrongly, were mainly PDP stalwarts. But when Governor Sim had to go to Wike, he did not take any PDP governor or PDP chieftain or anybody in PDP. He took two APC governors. So I believe Governor Sim, who is an accountant, would have done his arithmetic very well and say, look, these people advise me, probably rightly or wrongly, but they are not able to help me. So let me begin to look for solutions so that I can begin to write my name properly in gold. Because if the governor is sidelined, first term of the emergency rule is supposed to be 6 months, which can be renewed for like two or three times, which his whole tenure will be over. So he had to begin to use his tongue to count his teeth and begin to seek relevance politically. For him to grow politically, he needs to be in that office. That is how he can begin to groom his own foot soldiers and structures so that in the next dispensation, he can still be relevant, either as a governor or as a governor maker. So that's how politics work. It's a game. You learn it. You don't just jump into it. If you jump into it, you can crash land. So you take your time and learn the ropes and learn and see the views, see how things are unfolding. If everything unfolding was working out for him, of course, he will not go and beg Wike. He did not go to beg Wike for almost over a year. He did not do that. But by the time he saw that the handwriting on the wall was no more favorable and he was now isolated, he was now a common citizen, only that he still had his immunity because of his tenure is still on. He knew that the future was getting bleak. And at this point, he had to discard every pride and go down on his knees. It is humbling, but this is how it will go in a politics like this in Nigeria. If for example, things were on the other way around, whereby Wike was not FCT minister, Wike was not this close to the Aso Rock power, then, okay, one on one, the governor could have defeated Wike. But with the authority that Wike has so much power in this in this government right now. So the best thing he could do is to buy time. What is Governor Sim is doing is to buy time and grow capacity, grow momentum. So in future, I believe he may be able to fight better and get better outcome with better resources and better support, better overwhelming support across board. With time. But this is politics. That is how the game is played.
Yeah, it's a
So
dirty
there is
game, they say.
nothing. Yes.
Now let's talk about. There was a particular statement Governor Sim made in the past weeks. He said his spirit has left that governor's seat. Now, do you think his spirit has come back now that he has begged the FCT minister and all is now well? Do you think he's back to take the bull by the horn and do the right thing? Because a lot of speculations that with all of this, before the FCT minister came out, people were like, he doesn't want to leave that Rivers seat. He still wants to be up on his game. He wants to be able to hold the ropes when it comes to issues of River State and still perform as the FCT minister. Do you think that is the case when Simonalai comes back to give him that clear wings to do what he wants to do in River State?
Yes. Governor Sim is playing his politics very well. He makes statements that does not tarnish his views or his viewers. He makes statements that do not allow his viewers to seem tainted or soiled, which is very good. He makes statements to show that he is for peace. Very, very good. So if like I make some calls across River States and I get people's a perception about him, he's well loved. If there's any election today, there is 50% assurance because nothing for sure is certain in politics. But there's 50% assurance that Governor Steve will still win because majority of people love him. They love a governor like him. And right now, it is unwritten, but it is the turn of the judge to be governor. And he's an German. He has been there for almost 2 years, and people love what he's doing. He has been able to take River State to another level whereby they can enjoy what they have been yearning for. And he's also a corporate player whereby he also involved the upland in his government.
Sorry.
And so to that extent, the Governor still will remain relevant. He's saying that his spirit is no more there. It's a welcome statement because it's like the former president Goodluck Jonathan that said his ambition is not worth the blood of one citizen of Nigeria.
Very
so
true.
that endeared a lot of Nigerians to him. If you see even the last election that he lost by barely 2 million or less vote with General Buhari, because though the APC came with all force, he was still loved and was still massively voted for. The same thing with Governor Sim. He's taking the right steps, he's saying the right things, and at the right time, I believe, although people are even, there is a speculation that they might be reinstalled this month on the 29th, we don't know. But we still watch to see how things unfold. But with this peace movement, it is more unlikely that he will serve the 6 months tenure. No, it's not likely to stay for 6 months. But there is a new political arrangement which, if he plays his ball right, he will finish his tenure and likely have a second term in office.
Talking
So,
about speculations. Now, a lot of people are speculating that, right as what you've just said, that Governor Sim might return to office this month. These are the speculations. But another speculation, people also say that with this latest development of Wike coming out and saying that he doesn't have anything against Governor Sim, and Governor Sim is his political son. Governor Sim, at this point, when he's called back, will just act as a figurehead, and FCT minister will still call the shots when it comes to issues of River State. Do you think it's a mere speculation, or people are just, or it's true in your own opinion?
right now, Governor Sim should be able to look at his own political crystal ball and know where to align. For now, he has to align with Wike. There is no doubt Wike can do and undo. He has shown it. Governor Sim can only imagine what he's going to do next. So it's better he just calm down, work this next 2 years, and nothing is guaranteed for Wike. Nothing is guaranteed because in Nigeria now, nobody knows who will become the next president. Though everything is tilting towards President Tinubu to have his re-election, but nobody can speak for the masses. The masses, while the politicians are doing their own, they have one vote each. The masses are the vast population, which many of them have not even been voting. From the statistics, only about 25% of registered voters voted in the last election. That means there is at least 75%. Even if we eliminate 5%, there is 70% mass votes that could come out and unseat any president. So there's no real assurance for President Tinubu or Wike. So the next dispensation is very, very dicey. So if Sim plays his card well, he can still be more relevant than Governor Wike in the next after the next election. So for now, he has to just play the fool and count his days and see how things plays out in future. Or else, the other option is very, very tough, which is impossible, to marry the House of Assembly members, which are already married to Wike. They are sworn marriage. So as far as he cannot get the House of Assembly to his side, he better have Wike to his side, because having Wike to his side is the only way to have the House of Assembly to his side. Because if they don't have the House of Assembly to his side, they will keep tormenting him, distracting him, wanting to impeach him, wanting to escalate this. He will not pass his budget, he will not do this. So for the Wike has, in fact, Wike is a master tactician. He has looked at it. The best way to control the governor is to have the House of Assembly, so which he has done. So for now, the governor has no choice but to tilt towards Wike until the next dispensation, whereby he will now begin to see how he can sponsor some people to go to the House of Assembly if he wants to be governor, because that is the only way it can work. So that is Nigerian politics for you for now.
I know we've always said that politics is a dirty game, but and at the same time, do you think this whole thing would have ended a long time ago? That, it's 2 years now. If Fubara would have actually gone to Wike to apologize and all of this back and forth. I know we're talking about this now. Do you think it would have ended long before now, or the fingers will still be pointed at individuals who are trying to take what they did not work for?
Yes, Yes. Are you there?
Yes, I'm with you. Please go ahead.
Okay, good. The issue is this. For any good politician, they will appreciate what Governor Sim did. You can
Yes.
only test the waters to see what is in the waters, whether it's just a tilapia or a crocodile. So Governor Sim could have been a dummy governor, but it's okay. Let me test the water. Let me see how far I can reach, my reach can go. So he tried it now. He has seen how far it can go. They can just, with one finger, remove him and sit him down for 6 months. So he has tested it. So for now, he has to eat an humble pie and serve his remaining 2 years. Because if he did not test the waters, he would have been, licking his wound and say, maybe if I've tested this thing, it might have made me a real bona fide governor. Because what the governor is fighting for is to be the governor, is to be a man of his own. That's just what he's fighting for, not to be not a puppeteer, dictating to him. No, he wanted to be a governor. But now he has been shown that no, somebody that put him there has already foreseen all angles and taken charge of anywhere, any route of escape that you could have envisaged, and the person is in control. So for now, he has to just sit down quietly and undo and redo the whole thing by sponsoring people to the assembly, making sure that he sponsors people massively to see that he gets minimum of 50% of the people in the River State House of Assembly to his side. That is the only way out, because any governor that enters there, Wike will make sure he still sponsors these people to fight for seats in that House of Assembly, to truncate any governor that does not that does not listen to him. Because Wike wants to be, powerful. And as a politician, if you're not powerful in your ward, your local government, in your state, you are not powerful. If you're only powerful in Abuja, that is not power, because you have no root. So Wike is played his politics well. He's making sure that his fabric is firm, his structures are firm. So anywhere Wike tilt to, he will be a bride. If Wike said today, I want to support, let's say, Labour Party, they will want him by all means, because they have seen that he knows the politics and he knows what to do. So that is why he's able to entrench himself in the Bola Tinubu's government. He's able to play his politics well. He's able to have foothold, and he's able to have a say, and he's able to do what he says he's going to do. So he's able to command so much respect, so much influence, and so much affluence. So for Governor Sim to get out of his, whims and caprices, he has to go and rethink his politics from the basis. You should not just sit for somebody to just make him governor anymore. He should go and play his own game. He should fight his own battles. He should recruit his own soldiers. He should get people to work for him. He should get people to, in the councillorship, in the local government, chairman, and even the House of Assembly, even in the National Assembly, he should have full soldiers there. We can have everybody from River State in the National Assembly, both in the House of Rep and in the Senate. So Wike has played his politics. He has sat down and rethink before he started the moves. So whoever wants to be governor, if it's Governor Sim, he should go back and rethink everything from scratch and play his own politics, get his acts right, so that he should not be just he should not be a remote controlled person or governor. So that should be the
Exactly.
way forward.
All right, Mr. Blessing Caribbean. Let's go on a very quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about another development that says Wike has debunked insinuations that he would pick the presidential ticket of the PDP. Let's go on a quick break. Global Morning continues shortly. Stay tuned.
I think help me call Juma. She told me 30 minutes. They tell me on that topic. I think help me call. Beg, please.
right, you're welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, this is Global Morning, and we're still on the first discuss of the day, and we're still talking about Wike coming out to say that Governor Fubara is his political godson. Now, and of course, I'm not doing it alone. I'm joined by a political analyst, another person that Mr. Blessing Kiribi. And Mr. Blessing, now looking at another development, Wike has debunked insinuations that he would pick the presidential ticket of the PDP to battle against President Bola in the 2027 presidential election. Now, in 1 minute now, what's your take on this?
Politicians cannot be taken by their word. If you follow Wike politics, Wike have said several things that he has later done the opposite. For example, Wike said APC is a cancer and he will never join APC over his dead body or whatever. But today, Wike is, if you can't find people, powerful people in Nigeria or in APC, you must count Wike's name inside. Though it's a game, he's claiming he does not have not carrying cards, but he's wielding so much influence. So to that extent, when Wike tells you that he will not run for presidency or he will not seek for ticket or he will support Bola Tinubu, we can only accept it to the extent that things remain the way they are right now. If things change, a politician like Wike or any other politician will change. So if the scenario change, and in politics, a month, 2 months, 6 months is a long time. With the way things are right now in Nigeria, things can change within 6 months. You'll be surprised. And every politician that are jumping from here, they will jump and they will change all the promises and everything that they have said. So to that extent, Wike has not hidden his desire to be president of Nigeria. He has shown it because he has become everything in Nigeria apart from being an ambassador probably, or being a vice president or president. So those are the only positions he has not held. He has held virtually everything. He has wielded all the power that could be wielded in those positions. So the next thing Wike wants to be is the president of Nigeria, which he has insinuated and said several times. So to that extent, we know that Wike will. One thing we know is Wike will want to achieve that his ambition. What we don't know right now is when he want to achieve it, because somebody that is so, like, if you observe Wike, his political ideology is that of a bulldozer. He bulldozes everything in front of him and make sure that he is in front. So that's the way he operates. He does not like to be a follower for too long. He can follow to learn the ropes, and he will abandon that leader and find his own space and his own path. So that's the way he operates. So his antecedent for the past, let's say, 20 years cannot just change overnight. Okay, so he will still follow that antecedent with time. Whatever schemes, because he's a strategist, whatever schemes and skills and plans he has, a strategy he has, he will unveil it. It's just a matter of time. So
All
it's just
right.
for us to keep observing. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Blessing Kiribi, for being a part of the first discuss on Global Morning. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that this peace that has started will definitely remain and the needful is done. There'll be peace, there'll be joy and celebration for River State and, of course, the people of River State. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You're
All
welcome.
right.
Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you.